Top 10 Most Hyped Manhwa of 2022. We know nowadays it's almost hard to find a good manhwa to read and enjoy, especially when it comes to a story with overpowered MC. Therefore, you don't have to worry about that, because today we are going to take a look at the top 10 most hyped manhwa of 2022. Getting tired of reading the same manhwa or Manhua Series? You can always consider checking out our top 10 most hyped manhwa of 2022. Here, we have compiled the list with the most anticipated manhwa or Manhua Series of this year. Starting off with our number 10, player who returned 10,000 years later. Our MC, one day he suddenly found himself in hell. All he had was the desire to live and a predation ability. From the first to the 9,000 circles of hell, he observed dozens, hundreds of thousands of demons. Even the 7 great dukes of hell bowed down before him. Why would you wish to go back? Doesn't His Highness have everything that's in hell? What do I have? Nothing to eat, nothing to enjoy. The only things in hell are the barren lands and terrible demons. I am going back. After 10,000 years, he returns to Earth. Number 9. Sword Fanatic wanders through the night. Our MC was kidnapped as a child to be trained in the art of poison. Sohan Jin returns to his hometown in search of the group of new moon sword dancers who raised him. However, upon his return, Sohan discovered the sword dancers have been defeated by a nefarious sect that now rules the area, with some members having been abducted. What would have been a heartwarming reunion transforms into a quest for revenge as Sohan begins his search for the remaining sword dancers, and he's willing to poison anyone who gets in his way. I really like it when they don't waste time and get right into the story. Great revenge manhwa so far, and I would recommend it. Number 8. Reaper of the Drifting Moon. A very action-packed adventure, but not leaning towards the typical adventure you see in a happy-going power fantasy genre. No, this is adventure grim. It's about survival and sanity. It explores reflection, to be a tool for someone else or to be yourself and pursue your own ambitions, and whether this ambition is motivated by revenge or freedom after being deprived of it is something this masterpiece works on. You can expect the characters of this story to be cunning and unforgiving, and the excellent world building only adds to this pleasure of reading. Art is exceptional as expected from the author. I can't emphasize how much I enjoyed reading this overall. Number 7. Return of the Unrivaled Spear Knight. Joshua Sanders, the legendary spearman who ended the brutal civil war, shattered the belief that one must wield the sword to be a master knight. He fought in the service of his friend, Emperor Caesar Van Breton, but it is all for naught when his fearful comrades try to kill him. He is on the brink of death when his trusty weapon, Lucia, signs and propels him back to the stables of his childhood. With his mighty spear in hand, Joshua is dead set on revenge in this life. You are looking for a satisfying manhwa with a badass MC, beats down of entitled idiots, interesting but generally short fighting scenes. Number 6. Duke Pendragon. After 10 grueling years as a monster hunter in the Devil's Army, Raven Bolt was given his final mission: guard Alan Pendragon, heir of a formerly glorious dragon-taming family. But when Raven and Alan are both killed as part of a conspiracy, Raven wakes up 7 years in the past inside Alan's body. To solve the mystery behind his death, Raven must find the legendary white dragon to restore the power of House Pendragon. But does this mere hunter have what it takes to become a dragon master? The story is solid and fantastic so far. This is like one of the ones I wish I could rate it higher on 30 out of 10. Moving on to number 5. The Novel's Extra Remake. Each novel often has its own world and many characters who live in it. However, apart from the main characters and their assistants, as well as several other minor personalities, we know nothing about them. Cheon-dong, what level are you? I have no idea who I am. I don't even know why they call me that. My entire story may be limited to the fact of the entering a specialized military school. My line barely touches the main line, so my name is difficult to find on the pages of this novel. I'm just out of the story, or rather I'm just one of many sets. This is the original manhwa for the Novel's Extra. However, there is a remake that is a lot better for those that are disappointed by this. If you want to read it, I highly recommend the remake. Number 4. Talent Swallowing Magician. The descendant of a once great wizarding family, Elric Melvinger is unable to perform magic due to a rare medical condition. While attempting to cure his disease, he stumbles upon the demon Mephistopheles, who tries to possess Elric to free himself from a dragon's trap. But when Elric ends up absorbing Mephisto instead, the two become bound together. With Mephisto by his side, will this new power allow Elric to restore his family to his former glory? Or will he just end up being devoured? This one is actually a pretty solid fantasy manhwa. The art is pleasing to the eyes. The main characters is calm and collective. The story has a kick to it. The main characters can receive powers by absorbing high-grade demon kings. Number 3. Swordmaster's Youngest Son. If you read this manhwa, you will definitely like it. The MC is strong and assertive. The plot is okay and the art is of course very nice. I still can't figure out how going back to the past is enough for MC to be strong, but well, we don't really read those for the logic, do we? My only problem is that it feels very bland. It's as if the author took a random Korean MC from those dungeon stories and put them there in a full fantasy setting. You will notice what I'm talking about as you read the manhwa. It was still okay when he was a child, but as soon as he grew up, he went from normal fantasy looking dude to normal Korean dude. He's the only character that looks out of place because he wears a white shirt with a black pant when everybody else is wearing some kind of attire. His hair is also the blandest when everybody else has crazy hair. It's as if Korean authors only know to write and draw one type of MC. The always serious MC who dresses in shirts and is OP as fuck for no reason. Anyway, as I said it's a good read but forgettable if you have read enough of this. Number 2. Reincarnation of the Suicidal Battle God. Zephyr is the last human fighting evil in a world abandoned by gods. When he's killed in battle by Tartarus, the god of destruction, all hope for humanity seems lost. But Zephyr's fate is not sealed. The gods who find his battles entertaining have gifted him a second chance at life, as he's sent 10 years into the past, back to when he was a slave instead of the most powerful human alive. Can Zephyr get his revenge against Tartarus and save the woman he loves, or is he doomed to repeat the past? The beginning is good, and the MC is interesting. I have high hopes for the next chapters as well. And finally, number 1. The World After the Fall. Faced with imminent defeat and certain death, would you choose to run or continue to fight for the doomed world? When mysterious towers appears across the world, summoning monsters that prey on mankind, this is the choice presented to the Tower Walkers, adventurers with special powers to fight the monsters. On the brink of that, they can choose to use Regression Stone to return to the past for a second chance, though this decision places them in a separate timeline forever. Stubborn Tower Walker Jaiwon rejects this choice, choosing to fight for the original timeline and learning shocking secrets about the tower along the way. Okay people, that's all for today's video. If you want more list on this topic or even want some more other, then you can comment down below, and of course, one like will be really appreciated. So it will be your host Kiro signing out now. Adios.